Welcome to School of Civil Engineering. I have come with another new video. In this video I will discuss about types of beam in construction. Which types of beam are used in construction. So today I'll discuss about that. And I have already uploaded about more than 150 video in our channel. So if you're new here, you can watch that video. That every video are related to our civil engineering, and every video are mostly essential for every civil engineer. So let's start. So first of all, there are different types of beam which are classified based on the following condition. So first of all, we'll divide the wall beams in different categories, then we'll discuss about them with a subcategory. Okay, so first of all, based on support condition. First of all, we have divided the beam according to support condition. Then based on construction material, which types of material used in beam. By using that material, we have divided the types of materials. Then based on cross section shape, which types of cross section shape available for design, according to that. And based on geometry, according to beam geometry, we have divided that based on equilibrium condition, according to its reaction. Then based on methods of construction, in which way we can construct a beam for our structure, that is. And lastly, we'll discuss about some others method. So let's start about based on support condition. So based on support condition, if we see that, first of all, simply supported beam. What is that? Simply supported beam. It is one of the simplest structural element that both end rest on support, but it's free to rotate. Okay, so point A and B both can rotate. This is simply supported beam. Then fixed beam. For fixed beam, the both sides are fixed and they can rotate. Okay, and for cantilever beam, it's one side are fixed, another side are free. One side are fixed and another side are free, and it's also cannot rotate at its fixed end. Then continuous beam. So if we see that they have several support in a beam, and it's continuing, like as in our building. If any beam have more than two support, then it is known as continuous beam. Clear? Then based on construction materials. So first of all, if we see concrete, reinforced concrete beam, these types of beam are constructed by using concrete and reinforcement. And steel beams, these types of beams are ready-made beam, and this is used for steel structure, and this is steel beam. By using steel, it's constructed. And timber beam, by using timber, these types of beam are constructed. And here composite beam. So for composite beam, here more than one or two materials are used, such as this is mixed with reinforced concrete, timber, steel, that can be. So these types of beams are known as composite beam. So if we go now another types, it's based on cross-sectional shape. So first of all, rectangular shape of beam. Rectangular shape of beam. First of all, it's showing double reinforced beam where steel are available in both sides, and single reinforced beam, this is reinforced required only for bottom. And here T-section beam. T-section are two types. One T-section and another inverse T or inverted T-beam. Okay, so that is that portion will be up, and for T-beam it will be down. This is for T-beam. And if we see, this is the L-section beam. And here L section beam means here if you see that there is a L section beam, but they have many section of beam like as steel cross sectional shape includes. So here they have many types of shape that are available for steel structure. Okay, so this is based on geometry. So this is the straight beam, I mean beam in our building. This is always straight. This is the straight beam. So this is the curved beam, another types of beam. If we see in some construction like as different types of dome and or different types of water tank construction, and here tapered beam. Tapered beam, I mean it's one side is at the dimension of one side and another side are different. Okay, this is known as tapered beam. So based on geometry we can divide the beam in three categories, and after that based on equilibrium condition. So this is two types, one statically determinate beam and another is statically indeterminate beam. So what is statically determinate beam? The number of unknown reaction is equal to the number of equations. So here we are seeing that suppose there have 2 or 3 reaction, and here equation should be 3. Okay, I mean we can easily simplify, or we can easily find out the reaction value, okay, by using simple method. But for statically indeterminate beam, the number of equation and number of reaction are not equal. For statistically indeterminate beam, equilibrium conditions are not enough to solve the reaction. Okay, that means here the number of unknown reaction and equation is not equal. I mean we cannot solve that beam with simple method, right? So based on equilibrium condition we can divide our beam in two types. Based on method of construction, I mean when we construct the beam we use a different method to use that beam. So first of all, cast in situ concrete beam. Suppose in a building severally every types of building are make with that shape of I mean beam. It's construct in situ, I mean just concrete are mixed outside and then placed on the frame for framework, and after that it is precast concrete beam. The beam are constructed previously, after that the beam are placed on desired position. Okay, and pre-stressed concrete beam. This is the one types of beam where before applying load the tension stress are provided on the beam by using cable, and this is, if we read that, the pre-stressed concrete is a concrete beam is constructed by stressing stern before applying load on the beam. Pre-tension concrete beam and pre-tension concrete beam are variation of pre-stressed concrete beam. Okay, pre-tension and post-tension and post-tension concrete beams are variation of pre-stressed concrete beam. So that is our different types of beam, and in our another video I'll discuss about the beam, the name different types of beam according to the position of a structure. Okay, I mean plain beam, tie beam, then grade beam, consult beam, which types of beam where we use, I'll discuss about that. So if you think that is helpful for you, just please press the like button and give a comment so that I can understand that is really helpful for you, and your own comment and like inspire me to do for future work. And if you new here, just press the subscribe button so that you can get the notification at first. So thank you very much. Stay well, stay connected till next video.